Hello, this is Cat's Diamond Painting. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've joined me here before. I am here today to do something a little bit different. I was supposed to be making a batch of putty to put up in my shop this Friday, but I have a little cut in my hand and I didn't fancy working things through the putty with a sore hand, so I decided to film this video, and this is a video that I have been wanting to do for ages. It's one of my favourite videos to watch from other content creators, but I was a little bit daunted because it's going to take me a while. But here I am. I'm going to have a bash at showing you my stash. Okay, so I have been diamond painting for a little over 2 years, and I am a little bit of a slightly obsessive collector by heart. I think probably a lot of us who do this hobby can relate to that though, so I'm in good company, I think. So, yeah, I have quite a lot. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've seen people with much bigger stashes, and I'm not here to stash shame them, and I hope that no one will stash shame me for the number that I have. It's sitting at around 70, I believe now. So yeah, it's quite a lot. To be honest, I'm pretty much out of space for storing new paintings, so I am planning on keeping it at more or less the size it's at. The problem is I tend to buy them quicker than I can do them because I am an absolute sucker for FOMO, fear of missing out. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you know, if a painting comes out and I really like it, I'm impatient. I don't like to have to wait. So what I do is, as well as obviously working through paintings, I do regularly destash ones. So everything that I buy, I love at the time of buying it. I'm not buying it just for it to sit in a cupboard. I buy it thinking I'm going to work on it soon. But then inevitably I don't get round to all of them that quickly. And what I'm doing is just, if it's sat there for a really long time and I know that I still love it, but it's not nearing the top of the queue. I don't feel like it's going to, you know, jump over the top of other ones to be the one that I work on next. Then I will make myself destash. And then that makes room for me to indulge in, you know, the other part of my hobby. One part of the hobby is doing the diamond paintings. The other part is buying the pretty diamond paintings. So yeah, it is, I'd say my collection is probably the highest it's ever been at the moment, and I'm not very comfortable with that, so I do need to reduce it. It's expensive to have this hobby in the UK. I have spent far more on diamond paintings in the past couple of years than I ever would have expected to, but they just bring me a lot of joy. And it also gives me a lot of security that if finances change, that I have plenty of diamond paintings to be getting on with. You know, if I had to stop buying tomorrow, I'm not going to have to stop diamond painting tomorrow. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through the ones from the companies where I have a smaller number of diamond paintings. The majority of my stash is Diamond Art Club. I am a big fan of their painting styles, as anyone who's followed my channel for a while will tell, because they're the majority of what I work on. I do enjoy their rendering, I enjoy the range, I really like the quality of their drills and their canvases and everything. I have a lot of theirs. But there are several other companies that I enjoy as well, and I have a smaller number from those companies. So I'll go through those first, and then I will go through the Diamond Art Club ones. And I'm just going to kind of feel my way through this. There might be some that I show you a bit more detail on, and others I whiz past, particularly if I've ever done an unboxing on the channel or featured painting on the channel in some way. I'm not going to, you know, go into any great detail now. So we'll see. We'll figure it out as we go along. Let me see if I can show you a little bit of a glimpse of what I've got. So here is my Gems Flow app, if my camera will focus on it. So yeah, this gives you a little bit of a taste of what's to come. And you'll see I have quite a range of things that I enjoy. Yeah. There's a big range in here, and I like that because I do diamond paint by mood. You know, when I'm picking out which one I'm going to work on next, it's what do I feel like? Do I feel like confetti? Do I feel like colour blocking? Do I feel like rounds? Do I feel like squares? Do I feel like bright colours? Do I feel like something more muted? So yeah, there's a lot to go through. I should probably just crack on. Okay, I'm starting to get an idea of the scale of what I've taken on, because just getting those few boxes out of my cupboard has got me out of breath. So yeah, this is going to be interesting. I am in a different part of my house today, as you can maybe tell. This is my bed, which I've neatened up with a throw. Basically, I store all my paintings in various cupboards around my bedroom, so I thought it would be easier to film here because I don't have to lug them around quite as far. Okay, let's crack on. So, first thing, I have 2 paintings from Craftably. Both of these have got unboxings on the channel, so I'm not going to show them to you in any detail now. But they are Rainbow Tree by Carol Cavallaris. And this is one that I bought on a D-Stash group here in the UK for a really good price last year. And it was the first Craftably I ever managed to buy. So that was very exciting for me. And I look forward to working on that one day. This one I've shown more recently. This one I bought directly from Craftably using Stackry, which is a parcel forwarding service which I use when I'm purchasing things in the US, and I either can't purchase them for direct shipping to the UK or it's very expensive. Doing it this way saves me some money. This is by one of my favourite artists, Katrina Colter. That is her name, right? Because she's one of my favourites, but I'm terrible with names. I think that's her name. I have a few of hers and I'm really looking forward to this one. It's got square drills. So I've got one round painting from Craftably and one square drills, and I'm really looking forward to trying them because I've heard such good things about their quality. Unfortunately, even using a shipping service, it is expensive to get them to me here in the UK, but hopefully I will be able to buy the odd one or two that way over the years. Okay, next up, it's a Diamond Art Club box, but it's not actually a Diamond Art Club painting. This is a painting that, again, I bought on D-Stash. I bought it from, I believe, Deborah Malcolm, actually. She's an artist who, if you follow Diamond Art Club works in particular, you might recognise her name because she has several paintings licensed with them. Although she does have paintings licensed elsewhere as well. Anyway, by the by, she lives in the UK, so she's in a D-Stash group that I'm in, and she actually sold a bundle of paintings, and I really, really liked this one. So I bought the bundle of 4, and then I sold on 2, which, you know, she was happy for me to do. But this one is, if I can just get it flattened out, this is a painting by Andy Russell. Now, Andy Russell is the artist who did Second Dream, which you might have seen on my channel a few months ago. Sorry, I've not got the camera up high enough to show you it all, but you can get a glimpse of it. So it is another of these really, really cool abstract landscape type pieces. And this was actually the first one of his that I had. This was a little bit before Diamond Art Club started carrying them. So yeah, this one just drew me in instantly. I love this style of work. As you'll know, if you've seen any of my sort of series, if you like, given that I did an unboxing and a post review and a kitting up video for Second Dream, it really appeals to me. I love the colours, I love landscapes, but I also love abstracts, so I love that those two things are combined in this style of artwork, and this one I think is going to be super fun. It's by Mystical Diamond Art. Is that what it says? Yeah, Mystical Diamond Art. So I don't know a lot about them. I think I did look up their website at the time I bought this. I believe they're US based, but they didn't seem to have a lot. So I don't know if they're still going. They're not a company I hear a lot about. But yeah, this one is very cool, I think. It's round drills. The drills look fine. So yeah, looking forward to doing this sometime. And then next up, it probably makes sense to go on to the other one I kept from that D-Stash purchase. So this is my only DIY moonshop, or die moonshop, I never know how to pronounce it. So yeah, as I say, I bought that bundle primarily because of the Andy Russell, but when I got it, I looked over them all. 2 of them just weren't really my sort of thing, but this one I thought looked like a nice piece to try die moonshop with. So let me just get it flattened out a bit. So this is, I believe, called Fluid. I'm not sure, it wasn't on the website anymore when I bought this, but that's what I was told it was called. So this is, again, round drills. I hope the lighting's okay in this room. In fact, I might open the curtains a little more. I was worried that too much daylight would make things a bit too glary, but I don't want to find I've been filming in the dark. I think that's a bit better. Okay, so this is quite a small one. It is 40 by 47 centimetres. The past few months in particular, I've really moved towards quite enjoying smaller ones that I can get through a bit quicker. Just because the super large ones, which I do love and I do buy, they do take me probably a couple of months each. And then I get a little bit bored. I like the enjoyment of starting new paintings, finishing new paintings, finishing paintings even. So yeah, anyway, I really like the colours in this. I love teals and blues and purples, and that's really what a lot of this is. And it's a chance to try Dye Moon Shop, which they're kind of out of my price range generally. Looking on the shop, their base paintings are pretty expensive, and then I believe there's a fairly hefty shipping fee to the UK. To be honest, I've never got as far as even, you know, going through the motions of putting through an order because the initial painting costs have put me off. And I've also heard mixed reviews about them and heard some people saying that the quality doesn't necessarily stack up to the price. So that's really put me off purchasing from them directly. However, picking one up on D-Stash, I think, you know, as part of a bundle, this maybe cost me £15. It's a great way to try them. Don't worry, I'm not going to waffle on this long about all the paintings. We would be here all day. There will be a lot that I just whizzed through. But this is an opportunity to show you some of the paintings that I have in my stash that you won't have ever seen before. Okay. Next up is this painting from Oroloa. I have an unboxing for this one, so if you want to see more, go check that out. But here, oh no, I'm trying to get it in the right part without knocking into my tripod. So this is Starry Art by Oroloa Studio. It's a take on Vincent van Gogh's Starry Starry Night, which I have done, which is basically the law of diamond painters, isn't it? You've got to do a Starry Starry Night. I did the Diamond Dots version as my second ever painting. But yeah, this one I thought was really fun. When I was browsing their website and I wanted to try them, I really like all the different colours and the different take on it. So yeah. This white box here, again, I'm not going to get it out. There's actually no information on this box, but this is one I unboxed really recently on the channel. It's from the one with the diamond art, and it's called Groovy House. So if you want to see any more detail on this one, go check that out. Next up is currently my only Diamond Dots. I have done 2 paintings from them before, but this is this peacock, blue peacock it's called, and this one was actually a birthday present from my siblings this year, which was really fun. They knew that I was into diamond painting and they all clubbed together to buy me one, so I was so chuffed with that. They've kind of got the picture going around the box so you can see it there. It is, I believe, a partial, and I've never done a partial before. Let me have a quick look. I'm pretty sure I'm remembering right. Diamond Dots does a lot of partials, yeah. So it's quite a big piece, but actually the painting area is only the peacock. So it should be a fairly quick project, I think. I would say there's more canvas that isn't painting area than is. So yeah, that one I'm looking forward to doing, and it obviously has sentimental meaning because it was a present. I do like Diamond Dots round drills as well. They are so faceted and sparkly. They are right up there amongst some of the best round drills that I've ever tried. Okay, next up. This is my Dreamer Designs section. And I used to have quite a few from Dreamer Designs. I have to say I did de-stash quite a lot of them. I've done, I think, 3 from them. And I bought quite a lot from them very early on in my diamond painting journey because they were one of the cheaper license companies to buy from at that time. Their paintings were a fair bit cheaper, and they often run things like buy one get one 50% off offers and that kind of thing. So I did buy quite a few, but then as my tastes and styles have evolved, I find I do really enjoy their artwork. I don't always personally love their rendering style. If you want to know any more about what I'm talking about, go check out my post review of the Old Waterway Cottage, which is my most recent completion from them. And I love that painting. I did find the confetti a little bit much, and I had some thoughts on how that could have been improved for the taste of people like me. You know, big caveat, because lots of people absolutely love them how they are. And actually, it's good that diamond painting companies aren't all putting out exactly the same thing, isn't it? That there's something for everyone. But yeah, I did destash quite a few that I knew I wasn't going to get round to because of that confetti issue. But I have got one left that I bought in their older styles. And then I've got two that I've bought since they revamped and changed their canvas style and changed some of the things that I wasn't so happy about. So the oldest one I have here is Balcony Overlooking Vineyards. I do still really like this one. I am wondering about destashing it and trying to buy it again on a restock with the newer canvas and that kind of thing, because I was not such a fan of their older style canvas that was very thick and heavy and sometimes a bit grainy. I do really like their newer style canvas that's a lot clearer. And then the other two are ones that I have unboxed on the channel. There is Tarot Town. I'm hoping you can see that. The problem with these ones where they just put the picture on the bottom of the boxes is quite hard to get in the camera angle. And Golden Sun. So yeah, there are unboxings for those two if you want to see them in any more detail. And next up is my Diamond Art Studio collection. So this is, I've got 4 at the moment and I'm working on another. So they're the second largest collection I have. And they are, at the moment, my absolute favourite UK-based company. I think they do a really, really great product and I'm enjoying the one I'm working on a lot. So let's try and do these in the order that I got them. Oop. Okay. Ow. I ran the box along the cut in my hand. It hurt. Right, so this one is Times Square. Oh, I hope that you can see that. Focus. Yeah, I think that's focused. So this one I bought from their wonky range. They do what they call a wonky range, which is when canvases have any kind of imperfections at all, they will sell them at a reduction. This one, if I remember correctly, I got 10% off the original price just because there was a tiny little black mark on the back of the canvas. So nothing that would have affected the diamond painting experience at all. But Sam and Giles, the owners, just, they had a really great approach to customer service. And they really back their product, you know. So if it's not perfect, they won't take full price for it. And I really, really respect that. This one, I love the image. It is absolutely full of confetti. And it's one of those ones that I bought without really thinking about that, just because I like the image. And then now I'm wondering, how am I going to get on with all that confetti? But we'll see. I do enjoy the image a lot. The next one I have from them is this one, which I don't think it's got a name on it, but I think it was called I Choose You. Let's just wait for that to focus. Yeah. And it is one from Esther Anavoros, who is one of the most popular artists. I have 2 from her, and there's several more that I'd like to have at some point. And this one, when it came out, I had to get this. It came out last autumn, and I was going to do it for Christmas, but then I got tied up with other ones, and it was a little bigger than I wanted to embark on ready for Christmas. Anyway, I have an unboxing of this one as well. I think I have unboxings of all my Diamond Art Studios, so go check that out if you want to see more detail. But it's got this really fun Dr. Seuss-like feel, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Maybe this will be this year's Christmas. This one, focus, focus, focus. This is another one that I have unboxed very recently, so I won't dwell on this one. I think it's called Pink Blossom Tree, and yeah, it's in rounds. It was the first round painting I bought from them because I've started to branch out more. I used to always buy squares if given the choice, and now I'm buying rounds a bit more often. I'm just finding as companies are stepping up on their quality, the difference isn't as extreme for me, and if it's a painting with not too much fine detail, I can quite enjoy doing rounds just to mix things up. So yep, this one I've unboxed recently, go check that out, and it's beautiful. And then this one, I'm filming this on the day that the sneak peek for this one is coming out, so I feel kind of naughty showing you, even though that video will already be available. But yeah, I was able to do this as a sneak peek, and Sam very kindly let me buy this in advance so that I could show it to people ahead of the release, and it's gorgeous. I love the Splatterworks paintings. They have several. The other ones, I loved the artwork, but I wasn't as drawn to the particular animals and that kind of thing. This one with the koala, because koalas are my son's second favourite animal. He likes to rank everything, but yeah, they're way up there for him. And all the beautiful colours in the koala. I was so chuffed to be able to do this. And it's another round diamond painting, because I was umming and ahhing over whether to do the square or the round because it comes in both. And ultimately, because of all the white background, I decided that I didn't want to tackle that in squares because it would be quite hard to multi-place without leaving lines and gaps. So yeah, I'm going to try this one in the round. Okay, so that is all of my non-Diamond Art Club paintings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14, so it's probably a little less than a quarter of my stash, which is quite shocking. Yeah. So I'm gonna tidy these out of the way and then get on with the Diamond Art Club portion. Okay, all my Diamond Art Clubs are not going to be in any particular order. They're in different cupboards, so it just depends how they were stashed away and how I will pull them out. So the first ones are actually the ones that haven't made it into a cupboard yet because they're waiting for me to film unboxings at some point. So you may well have seen the unboxing by the time you see this video. You may not have done. This is the Mystery Kit Abstract Ocean by Megan Duncanson. It's also a Mad Art Studios one. That's the name they often get licensed under. And this one I saw the picture of and just could not resist because the colours are everything. So yeah, I will be filming an unboxing of this one soon. And then at the same time I bought that, I was clearing out all my points and I thought I would buy Mr. Whiskers because it had recently come back in. It's one that I had wanted for a long time. Marisha Becker is, I think, a fabulous artist. I have another one by this artist and I was really tempted to get this one when it came out and I didn't, and then had regrets, so I snapped this up when it came back in. So I'm not dwelling on those because, as I say, there should be a proper unboxing soon. And then next up I have one here, Friendship. Ooh, something thudded down to the bottom and made me wobble. So this is one I got in a destash group that I'm in recently. I actually picked this one up really cheap on what is known as a quickie in the group. What that means, it's to avoid using the term raffle on Facebook because Facebook doesn't like raffles, but that's what it is. It's the person who's selling puts up a certain number of tickets at a certain price and everyone pays for however many tickets that they want to have, and then there's a random draw for who wins. So chances are you're going to pay your money and you're not going to get anything, as with any raffle, but once in a while you win. So this one I won and it probably only cost me like £2 or something. This is one that was fairly recently released and it was a limited edition and it sold out. And I was kind of, I chose not to buy it at the time. I didn't miss it. I chose not to buy it because I was on the fence. So a little bit, it's just that being able to get it for a really cheap price is worth it to me. But it is one where once I've seen people work it up, I think it looks really, really great. It has this almost 3D effect. All the flowers and the birds really stand out from the background and I think that's cool. And another one that I was able to get on D-Stash recently is Canal Home. So the little picture on this one is really dark and dreary. I'll try and put up a picture of the actual artwork for this one so you can see it if you're not familiar with it. This is one that was released by Diamond Art Club a few months ago now, and it was released as a normal release and then shortly afterwards became limited edition and sold out. So quite a lot of people were caught out by that. And it's one that I hadn't intended to get at first, but again I started to see pictures of it coming out when people were working on it, and it was stunning. It's a David McLean painting. I do like his artwork in general. I'm not sure where it's based on, but it makes me think very much of places like Bruges and Ghent in Belgium, which are places that I've been and absolutely love. I will say that this one, the colouring I think is going to be a challenge for me. It's going to be a lot of brown and I might find that a bit dull, but the artwork itself is gorgeous. So I think it's one I'll just have to like chip away at. But yeah, it came up recently in a D-Stash group I'm in, which is of course the only way to get it now that it's archived on the Diamond Art Club website. And she was asking for a really reasonable price, just retail. So yeah, I couldn't resist. So next up is City Digs. This one had somehow found itself in a cupboard that was mostly full of much bigger paintings, so I might have to shuffle things around because this will fit better elsewhere. I have an unboxing for this one from early this year. Absolutely loved this painting. I say this about basically everything because of course all the paintings I've got are ones that I bought because I love, but I definitely can't wait to work on this one sometime soon. Love Carla Gerard's work. I've got Winter Solace, and this is another one a little bit like Canal Home, where I love the artwork, so I couldn't resist buying it. I'm a little bit on the fence about how much I'll enjoy working on it because it's only got, I think, something like 29 colours, and obviously looking at the picture, most of those are shades of blue. And it's a big painting. It's 88 by 70 centimetres. So I didn't buy it the first couple of times that it was up for sale. And then in the end, I bought it on a restock because I kept seeing completed pictures. And I think that this might be one of the most perfect rendering jobs that Diamond Art Club has ever done. It looks, I mean, it practically looks like a photograph. It's just so beautiful. So I definitely want to try and get through this at some point. I'm hoping that as time goes on and I naturally get a bit quicker, that projects like this will feel less daunting because I'll know I could get through it a little bit quicker. Mind you, it's probably full of confetti. I don't know that I'll ever get quick at that. But yeah. Still waiting is one that I bought last summer. There is an unboxing video. It's by Yume Art. I don't know that I have, no, I have two by Yume Art. So I do like her style of work. I'm not someone who buys all of them because I know she's a very popular artist and a lot of people really collect them. For me, it's more about which ones really particularly call to me. And this one I absolutely love. I love the contrast that you get in paintings like this between the black background and then bright colours. And I love the feeling of the hustle and bustle of this busy city. I think it's stunning. And that's reminding me that around the corner I had this other one, my other Yume Art one, which is Sakura Festival. I love this one. Again, it's another one in that category of ones where I never seem to get around to doing it because I think it's a lot of the same colours, quite a lot of confetti, and I wonder how I'll get on with it. I'm actually wondering with this one about destashing it and then rebuying it on a restock because I bought it quite a while ago and I don't think that it has the tightened grid that Diamond Art Club now has with their new square drills where everything fits together really neatly and kind of crunches into place. And I'm a bit obsessed with that. And if I don't have that and the drills are gappy, I don't enjoy it nearly as much. So yeah, I might do that. I'll see. Next up is Hazel's World. This is one of 2 Dakota Dykewilers I have. The other one I am currently working on as a whip, although you haven't seen it on this channel yet. So I'll mention my whips at the end. Hazel's World is such a gorgeous painting. I love everything that's going on in this, and it really made me think of my son being a reader. He reading has opened up the world to him, you know, it's opened up his imagination. He's able to write really good stories now and all that kind of thing because he reads so much. So it had a personal connection, and it also made me think of myself as a child because I was an absolute bookworm. It's got a lot going on in it. It's 87 by 65 centimetres, which is a big painting, but Diamond Art Club often goes bigger. And I have to say this is one of the rare occasions where I just wonder a little bit at the choice to make it in that size, because there are some sections, like the little girl in the middle, where when I've seen the rendering, it looks a tiny bit pixelated compared to what they normally do. And I'm thinking if it had been, you know, another 5 centimetres or so all round, would that have been better? I'm not sure. I've seen pieces that people have completed and they look great, but they haven't really done much to dissuade me from that. So we'll see. Next up is the old shoe house. Love this painting, always have. It was one of my early purchases. Dominic Davison, I love his artwork. So yeah, enough said. Twilight Panther is one I was lucky enough to be sent by Diamond Art Club as a sneak peek back in April. Beautiful painting, beautiful, beautiful colours. I think that one's going to be absolutely stunning when done. I might go and have a look on the Diamond Art Club Facebook group actually, see if anyone's been working on it yet, because I'd love to see what this looks like when someone's working on it. And then the last one from this cupboard is Magical Meeting. So I had quite a few of the Josephine walls that I bought before they were discontinued, and then when some of them were on sale because they were discontinued. I have destashed, I think, all the rest of them because I started to feel differently about confetti, as I've mentioned before, and I just knew realistically I was not going to get through all of them. So I think this is the last one I have from her now. I'm not sure. But anyway, I really, really like this one. When I opened it up and had a look at it when it arrived, I was blown away. So I'm hanging on to this one and yeah, hoping that I feel up to doing this at some point. Wrestle those first few back into the cupboard. It's a lot easier getting them out and putting them back in, that's for sure. Yeah, I think I've been waffling on for a really long time already, and I have the majority of my Diamond Art Club collection still to go, so I'm going to try and pick up the pace. Right, to Grandmother's house we go. You have seen this one before. This was one of my Black Friday purchases. Absolutely love this. Hopefully this will be a Halloween painting this year. Starry Night and Nap Time. I did unboxings for quite recently. These are from Amazon.com and I purchased them using a parcel forwarding service, so I was able to get them here in the UK because Amazon.com Diamond Art Club shop doesn't ship directly to the UK. Really sweet little paintings, and I'm just astonished by the detail in this little one still. Daylight was another recent purchase. And there is an unboxing video for this one. Anything that I bought really since I started the channel, I've probably put an unboxing video up. Some of the older ones are the ones you won't have seen as much before. So this one's beautiful, full of rainbow colours, really love it. Incognito is another one that I bought quite recently. Teeny tiny little one, I love this. I'm probably going to take this on holiday with me because it's just such a lovely little size. Robot Repair. So I bought this right at the start of 2022, I think, right when Diamond Art Club started bringing out lots of limited editions, and this was a limited edition, and I sort of panic bought it as a result, which I guess is the point in a way, isn't it? And I don't know, I'm a little bit on the fence with this one. It may be one that I end up destashing. It's not that I don't really like the picture, because I do, but I have several Randall Spanglers, And I don't like to work on the same style painting all the time. And it's, I don't know, I feel like it's probably the last one out of them that I would get to. So I'm not sure if that means it would be better for me to destash it. We'll see. It is really sweet though, and really unique. It's quite different to some of his other ones. Solar System. So I bought this one in the anniversary sale last year. So there is an unboxing from that. It's gorgeous. I love this kind of style of artwork. Diamond Art Club has got two paintings called Solar System. I did used to have the other one too, but I ended up destashing that because I thought I'm not going to work on two very similar paintings. You know, if I do one, I'm not going to feel like doing the other. And this was a newer one, and hence it had newer drills, the new Titan grid. And as I've mentioned before, I know that not everyone will agree with me that that matters. For me personally, it adds to the experience. So I knew I was going to choose the one that had that. I think that was a limited edition, so it's not available anymore. And this was also a limited edition. This is Star Spray by Yume Art. So I actually have 3 Yume Arts. I'd forgotten about this one. I have an unboxing for this one from when it came out a couple of months back. Absolutely stunning, this one. I think it is gorgeous. It's one that I will probably find a little bit samey to work on in terms of the colour palette, but at the same time there's lots of teals and colours that I really enjoy, and I think it'll be so worth it because it's gorgeous. Her Journey, another relatively recent one that I have got an unboxing video for. I love this. I say that for all of them because it's true. I don't buy paintings that I don't love. There's just a sort of, I suppose, a sliding scale, isn't there? There's some that I love more and I know I'll definitely do. And there's others that I love the image, but I don't know if they'll ever reach the top of the queue. Because for me, whenever I'm choosing a new painting, I just have a think about what I've been working on recently and then what feels different to that. And I just sort of go by feels, you know. One of them would usually jump out at me as, yeah, I want to work on that next. Definitely think that this is one I will work on though, because I love it. Steadfast Heart. Dimitri Milan is another favourite artist of mine. They haven't actually released any new ones of hers for a while, have they? I say hers, I'm not actually sure if the artist is female. I'll go by Milan Art, which is what it says here. I've done Protege in the past. In fact, the very first video I put on this channel was a post review of Protege. Oops, just knocked the tripod there. And I have this and 1 or 2 others, which I'll get to. I love them. I don't always go for people in artwork, but for some reason, as I said before, it's a weird thing. When you make it all a bit abstract and add in an animal, it then almost always grabs me. So if it was just a woman by herself, probably wouldn't be my style. Add in an animal, I'm all over it. I don't know why. And here I've got Floyd the Fabulous Fish Whisperer. This was the first sneak peek that I did for Diamond Art Club, so it's doubly special because I love Richard Lorenz's artwork. Absolutely love this painting and would 100% have bought it if I wasn't getting it as a sneak peek. But also because it is the first one they sent me, that's kind of special too. It's on my channel as a first look if you want to see an unboxing for it, because it didn't actually arrive in time for me to do it for release day. But yeah, it's so much fun. I definitely want to work on a Richard Lorenz soon because I haven't done one in a little while. Family Circus is the only one I think I've actually worked on, and that was last summer. And I'm torn between this one and one other for which one I'll do next. But yeah, strong contender. Right, let me get some more out of the cupboard. Cupboard is like the black hole of diamond paintings because it's only quite a narrow cupboard and I've got so many stashed in there. Okay, beach vacation. Love it. I sort of, when I'm thinking about which one next to work on, I tend to think I don't want to have too many big paintings on the go because I know they aren't ones that I'll work straight through. They'll take me a while and I'll have breaks and stuff. I don't have a really big one on the go at the moment actually, so I'm thinking about which one I'll do next, and this is a strong contender because it is just bright and colourful and cheerful. It's got special drills, which I like because I'm a bit of a magpie, and yeah, absolutely love it. Weekend in Paradise. Abraham Hunter is always a tough artist for me to resist. The colours in this one, I just, yeah, they're everything. And there's all sorts of ABs and things in this sparkly sea. It's, yeah, it's a gorgeous painting. Yeah, definitely one I'll work on one day. Cosmic Trip. I bought this one the same weekend as Beach Vacation. I used a buy one get one 50% off code that I had in my packing on a packing slip. So if you're not checking your packing slips from Diamond Art Club, do, because there is a code that they've been sending out in the past few months. It's only one-time use, but yeah, it'll give you a buy one 50% off. And I used it for this purchase because they were 2 large paintings, so it gave me the best value on it. And yeah, the colours in this one are so much fun. I love this sort of neon effect. And it's amazing, the contrast between all the black bits and then the bright, bright colours. That always, always appeals to me. Sunken Ship I got in the first mystery box that Diamond Art Club released back in September last year. I stayed up to 2 in the morning to order it. Ordered it within, I think, 2 minutes of releasing, and I'm glad I did because it sold out in about 3 minutes, and it gave me some really stunning paintings. There are several that I've destashed, one that straight up wasn't my taste, one that, well, anyway, a few of them have gone, but I did House on a Cliff. That's one of my all-time favourite completions, and this is the other one that I really, really like from it. I do wonder when I'll get around to this one. It's not too near the top of the queue, but then my feelings change as well. Sometimes I feel like that way about a painting, and then the next thing I know, it's calling to me. So yeah, it's definitely one that I want to hang on to for now anyway. Cat Bookshelf came out December last year. I do have an unboxing video for this. I love cats and I love Randall Spangler's bright colours. So, you know, how was I ever going to resist this one? It's gorgeous, and I think it will work up relatively quickly for a large painting because it's 87 by 70 centimetres, because there's a fair amount of colour blocking and that kind of thing. So yeah, box got a bit crunched up, but everything was fine inside. Treasure Quest, another of my Randall Spangler collection. This is one that I've actually destashed and then bought again to get a tighter grid. As I say, that's a thing that I do that a lot of people would consider a bit obsessive. It is, totally hold my hands up to that, but it massively adds to my diamond painting experience, as I've mentioned. So yeah, this one is super fun. All the bright colours, the little draglings, yeah, brilliant. Raised by Wolves by Katrina Colter. As I mentioned when I looked at the one from Craftably, another of my favourite artists. I'm very tempted by her work every time, and I have several. So this one is a fairly small painting, 50.7 by 60.8 centimetres. But it has, well, when it came out, I think it had the most colours in it that a Diamond Art Club had ever offered. That may have been superseded now, I'm not sure, but it's way up there. It's got something like 77 colours, I think. And I'm very intrigued by that because when you look at it, it's got a very clear colour palette. There's a lot of blue going on. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. I'm glad it's fairly small because it must have a lot of confetti in it. I don't really remember from when I unboxed it, but if you want to see any more, I do have an unboxing on it. Then I've got my most recent sneak peek from Diamond Art Club. This is Virgo from Chris Bug's Zodiac series. I think she's amazing. She's like a real, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. I feel like she's in this real power woman pose. It brings out my feminism. I think she looks strong and capable and gorgeous and amazing. And it's a really nice piece. The Katrina Colter's Mystery Kit, another one that I have an unboxing for. I didn't realise how many unboxing videos I'd done until I hear myself saying over and over, I have a video for this, I have a video for this. But yeah, anyone who's followed the channel for a while won't be surprised how I've built up a bit of a stash because I'm always unboxing new paintings that I haven't been able to resist. Anyway, I know what this image is. I always do find out what the mystery kit images are before buying them. And yeah, it's a really stunning piece. The colours are very, very me. And I like that it's reasonably small for a mystery kit. A lot of them are really big ones. And yeah, I don't always want to work on big paintings. Magic Rats I bought on release day a few months ago. This is one of those ones where it's not my normal style. I don't typically go for sort of darker fantasy style paintings, but never say never. And once in a while a painting comes along that just really calls to you from a genre you don't normally go for, or at least that's how it is for me. It had fairy dust drills, and I think that was part of the appeal because it was one of the first ones to come out with fairy dust drills, which are a new kind of special drill that Diamond Art Club offers that has sort of glitter in them. It's very cool. But obviously I didn't buy it just because of that. I thought the image was really cool. And then I've got Foxy Lady, which I unboxed very recently on the channel. All the rainbow colours. Absolutely gorgeous. And Cletus Early Bird, which I bought in the Cyber Monday sale. So I got suckered into Black Friday, bought several, and then they got us again with buy one, get one 50% off for Cyber Monday. And I think this was my 50% off. This is the other one that I was thinking I might do soon from Richard Lorenz. I'm deciding between this and Floyd. The colours from the Floyd one draw me in more. This one's small. And I've sort of got stuck on a couple of paintings recently, so I'm thinking it might be quite nice to have a small one that I could get finished soon. We shall see. I'm sure there will be a kitting up video for whichever one I do. So yeah, you'll find out soon enough. Off to the cupboard to get more. Right, on to the last batch. Everything is out of the cupboard, but my bed is covered in diamond paintings. Yeah, not looking forward to putting them all away again. So, they're falling over. Here is Next to You from Richard Lorenz. I bought this when it was restocked around Christmas time, I believe. I didn't buy this on the original go round when it came out with the anniversary releases, because it was very long and I wasn't sure if I would want to work on it. And it was one of those ones that grew on me because I love his style of artwork so much, and I was seeing completed ones. I think a big thing for me as well is that I got more used to multi-placing during this time. And originally I'd looked at all the background and thought, well, I'd find that really dull because it's sort of, you know, neutral colours and it'll take me ages. Now I can multi-place more effectively. It's a bit less daunting. So I love the little owls in the middle. It makes me think of me and my husband, which is, yeah, probably pretty trite, but I think it's a fun painting. I definitely want to work on this one day. Sunday Delight was another of the ones that I did purchase in the 4th anniversary sale last year. It's one of my favourite Draglings ones that I've got. It's really cute, I think. Proud Owl is another Carla Gerard. I think this was limited edition and probably not available anymore. I could be wrong on that. I actually bought this one on a D-Stash group. I didn't buy it originally on the website because it wasn't my favourite one of hers. But I did kind of feel like I kept coming back and looking at it, and then it was up on a D-Stash group for a really good price. So then I couldn't resist. It's chock full of ABs, if I remember correctly, which will be fun. I didn't used to like working with ABs, to be honest. I've recently started selling my own putty, and I'm not just saying this to plug my own shop, although absolutely do go check out Crafting Cat UK on Etsy. But my putty works really well with ABs. You have to have a slightly lighter touch maybe than with normal drills, but it doesn't pull off the coating, it doesn't get pulled out of the pen, all those pitfalls. So now I'm really not so bothered about paintings that have loads of ABs, whereas it used to put me off a little bit. Read Me a Bedtime Story by Mandy Manzano. I think it's the only one of hers I've got at the moment. I've done maybe 3 of hers before, so she is an artist whose style I like, although there's a lot that don't appeal as much. This one, it's hard to see in the little image here because it's a bit dark, but it's one that's got a lot of contrast, as you can tell from the image, between dark and brighter colours, and that's something that always draws me in. Rain Keeps Falling. I know this is one that a lot of people are after, and I'm conflicted on it because I absolutely love the image. I bought it, like a lot of people, when it restocked for the final time, because I'd seen people working on it, and when it first came out I wasn't that interested. Enamorte isn't my style, and I think the rendering pictures on the website did not do it justice. When people started working on it, the colours that pop out of it are just stunning. Like this little picture, it all looks basically black and white, but actually her dress is really purpley, and that pops out against the black background, and it's stunning, and it's got these beautiful like beige ABs and stuff that I really like. However, it doesn't have many colours in it, and they are all quite similar, and I love bright coloured paintings, so I don't know. It may be one that eventually I make myself part with, because I know there are a lot of people who would love to do it, who might appreciate it more than me to work on, but it would be a real wrench to sell it. I'll see. There's a content creator called Diamonds and Washi, and she talks about rainy day kits, and I love that idea. The ones that you keep that you almost don't want to work on because you love them so much, and you kind of feel like it'll be sad when they're done. And this next one is one of those for me. This is All Things Become Love. So Dean Russo is an artist that was licensed to Diamond Art Club, but he was part of a group of artists whose agent lost the contract with Diamond Art Club. So they had this series of his, I think were there 4 or 5 paintings or so of his that were coming out. But they lost the license while they were producing them. So basically they were able to sell that one run of paintings, and then that was it, they were gone. I have seen them with other companies now, so you can look around for some of them, but I picked up this one when they came out, and it is just gorgeous. It's definitely one that I often think maybe I'll work on that next, and then think, no, I'm going to save it. The bright pink background is going to be super fun. It's very confetti heavy. All of his are, like this cat is just chock full of confetti. So it will take me a little while to work on, but it's everything I love really in a painting. It's bright, bright, bright colours. It's a cat. It's rendered beautifully. I can't wait. Running the Distance is a painting that I bought fairly early on in my diamond painting journey, and then rebought and destashed the original to get a tighter grid. I have done that with quite a few, as I've mentioned, because it was one, I do it with ones that I know I really want to work on the painting. I'm looking forward to working on the painting, but I don't want to be aggravated by gapping. So yeah, I did that with this one, and now it's, yeah, I say for basically every painting, I can't wait to work on it. I want to work on it soon. And then I buy more paintings and I don't get around to them, but it is definitely one that I will work on because it's stunning. Life of Tigers is the other Marisha Becker painting. I mentioned when I was looking at Mr. Whiskers earlier that I had another one, and this is it. I have an unboxing for this one. Yeah, it's gorgeous. I didn't notice, because I'm not very observant, until someone pointed it out on the Diamond Art Club group recently, that there are 2 tigers. There's one facing forwards and there's one sideways. I just thought it was just a slightly squiffy looking tiger, but that's really cool. It adds a whole extra dimension, and it's a really fun looking painting to work on. All the bright colours again. Next up is Mystery Kit Nature by Edward Artbeat Studio. Again, I know what the image is, and it was one that I was a little on the fence about, just because it was big, and I've been trying to cut back on buying big paintings. And at the time I bought it, I hadn't worked on a mystery kit yet, so, you know, big mystery kits were particularly daunting. But then I bought it, I think, on Black Friday when they were running a site-wide discount code, and very shortly afterwards it sold out, and I was relieved I had it, because I do think it's an absolutely stunning piece. If you are interested in finding out what mystery kits are, by the way, there are groups. So if you look up Diamond Art Club Mystery Kit on Facebook, or mystery, you will find a few groups, because there's probably 2 or 3 now, and they all have pictures. Like, don't join them if you don't want to know what the paintings are, because pictures are supposed to be kept in comments, but like, you never know what funny games Facebook's going to play with your news feed, or if someone forgets. Anyway, but as long as you're not too worried about that risk, if you go in those, you can find out what any of them are. And people are very quick when a new one's coming out as well to figure out what it is, so that you can make your decision to purchase. So it's a great option for those of us who don't want to miss out on paintings that we love, might enjoy working on a black and white canvas and seeing the colours pop out, but don't want to buy a painting without knowing what the picture is. And just the actual mystery element doesn't do it for me. I know that's a slightly controversial viewpoint with some people, but anyway. Another mystery kit coming up now. This was, oh, this has got a lot of fluff attached to it from my from my throw. It's all sort of stuck in the glue on the side of the box. Anyway, this is the David McLean Mystery Kit Landscape that came out on Cyber Monday. So yeah, I bought this with Cletus the early bird as an offer, and the image is one that I actually worked on in a jigsaw with my husband. Yeah, so it was an image that I was obviously drawn to even before I had an option to purchase it as a diamond painting. Looks really cool. I've seen completed pieces and it's stunning. Fuji Flora. This is one that I had on my wish list very early on, waited for a restock and used points to buy it. And then I think ultimately I destashed that and rebought it to get a tightened grid, because much like the old shoe house, it's one that sat there in my stash from the early days and I'm just not getting around to it. And I just want to make sure that when I do work on it, I'll have the best experience I can. I know this one's very confetti heavy and it's huge. It's 105 by 70 centimetres. That's actually bigger than the biggest ones I've done yet. So I definitely want to work on it. Dominic Davison is one of my favourite artists, as I've said, because I just really enjoy his use of light. But yeah, it's a daunting one. Anyway, one day. A Leap of Courage was another Black Friday purchase. This was one of, I think, 3 I bought that day. And it's my first Katrina Colter, so it introduced me to the artist. And actually, probably out of the ones I've got, my least favourite in terms of the rendering. I do still think that I will get around to doing this one day, but yeah, who knows? I'll see after I've done the others if I want to do more of the same style. I think it was just the leopard, or whatever kind of big cat this is. The rendering around the eye I wasn't so keen on, and her eyes. And the eyes sort of, it's difficult, isn't it? If you don't like the way the eyes look, it kind of takes over the painting for me. So we'll see. I need to go look up some more completed pictures from people, because it may be that it looks a lot better in person. I don't recall seeing one. Next up is A Magical View to Christmas. Absolutely love this painting, and it's a bit balmy, isn't it? I don't know if you can see in the little picture, but it's this room all decorated for Christmas, and then randomly there's penguins looking in. It's by Nikki Boehm. I'm not sure how you pronounce the artist's name, and it's another of the artists that Diamond Art Club lost the license for, so they had to sell off the rest of their stock, and then they couldn't reproduce them. And I didn't buy it when it first came out because of the slightly random penguin issue. But then when it was discontinued and I knew I wasn't going to get another opportunity, I thought, yeah, I don't want to miss it. And I was really relieved when I did get it, because when I looked at it, it is so much fun. Really full of confetti. There's 2 Christmas trees in this. I don't know if you can tell. And Christmas trees, I mean, trees are always full of confetti, and then there's all the lights and things. It's going to take a while, which is probably the reason I haven't worked on it yet, because it's a big painting at 90 by 70. I like to work on seasonal paintings when it's seasonally appropriate. So I wouldn't tend to pick up a Christmas painting, you know, at this time of year. But Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll start it in like November, December time, work on it for a bit and then put it away to the next year or something like that. Because I definitely do want to get it done. It would be fun to have and hang up around Christmas time in the house. Getting towards the end now, only a handful left. Gull Point Lighthouse, I have an unboxing for. This is a landscape for people who don't typically go for landscapes, if you ask me, because there's a ton of colour blocking compared to the average landscape, which was one of the things that appealed to me actually. It's also 80 by 60 centimetres. It's just a little bit smaller than what some landscapes tend to be. And I think it's a lovely, peaceful piece. It was really beautifully rendered from the pictures, and I'm going to look at this one as well, try and see some completed pictures, because I bet it's absolutely stunning. Galaxy Girl is another one that sat in my stash for a long time. I have to say this is probably one of the ones more at risk of destashing than others, because as I mentioned at the start of this, I am at the absolute limit of how many I feel comfortable having and how many I have space for. And when that happens, I do a destash, because I know that I will struggle to stop buying. I've given up on trying to do no buys, because if something comes along I love, I'm gonna buy it if I have the funds to do so. So I do love this one. It has special drills, which appeals as well, but I don't know. I've had it a long time. I haven't picked it up and worked on it yet. I don't really see myself working on it anytime soon, so it may be one that I sell on to someone who'll love it a little bit better than me. Evening Entanglement is my last Randall Spangler to show you. 56 by 56 centimetres. It's a nice size, and I like this one a lot. I think the dragling looks really sweet. I love the idea of it messing around with dental floss and just the naughtiness of it. I think that one would be super fun. Last two. I'm starting to lose my voice. Hummingbird Garden by Steve Reed. So this is another one that I won in a quickie, which, as I mentioned earlier, is a sort of raffle. And I remember I won this on a day when I was having quite a tough day. And I won this, and it was the first one I'd won in ages, and I was so chuffed because I loved this image. It's one of the ones that I've been wanting to buy. I actually had Panda Valley by this artist as well, and did end up destashing it, but this one's a bit smaller and a bit more manageable. And what this artist does is there's lots of hidden ones. You're probably not going to be able to see in this tiny picture, but it's obviously about hummingbirds, and you can see some hummingbirds, but there's also all sorts of hidden ones in there. So it's a lot of fun. I think it would be a little bit like what I had with Butterflies in the Garden that I've completed recently. I said it felt like there were lots of little pictures within a picture. It's definitely going to be like that, I reckon. And the last painting from my stash is another Mad Art Studios. This is Home on the Hill. I bought this on Black Friday 2021. I destashed it because it didn't have a Titan grid, and I rebought it. And I'm definitely ready to work on this one soon. I actually saw it completed recently by the lady that bought my first version off me, and yeah, the colours are everything. Bright colours, abstract, like, yeah, you just can't go wrong for me with that. So that is my stash. Right, I'm going to battle all of these back into the cupboard, and then what I might quickly do is just show you my whips. So I'm giving you a full rundown of everything that I have at the moment. I should also mention that I have 4 more on the way. I've got Castle Neuschwanstein, I don't know how to pronounce that, which was a new release a couple of weeks ago that I couldn't resist. I've got a sneak peek that's coming for me to put out in June. And then last night I fell victim to a 22% off sale. There were a couple of Halloween type paintings that have been restocked that I've been eyeing up. and I bought those. So I've got a Halloween gnome and Halloween cat on the way as well. They're taking a while. There's issues with DPD, no, not DPD, DHL Express at the moment. And every time that something is sent by DHL Express, it kind of goes into a black hole for a while. So the Castle Neuschwanstein, it was dispatched last Monday, and it's currently Tuesday, 8 days later, and there is no update on it. Diamond Art Club passed it over to DHL. DHL say they haven't picked it up yet. Last time they did this, they suddenly realised they had it and started processing it. But I have to say it's a bit unnerving. A little bit worried that my things will get lost. But it's happened to me with everything recently. It's happened to several other people that I talked to. So the only reassuring thing is that it's obviously something a bit more systemic. So fingers crossed I get my paintings soon. Okay, putting all of those away has really reinforced to me that I am full. I have no more cupboard space, so I need to do a destash soon, given that I have more paintings on the way. Okay, bad cat, learn some self-control. Okay, so I'll just quickly show you my 3 whips that I have at the moment, my works in progress. This is Gingerbread House from Diamond Art Studio. It's the first one I've actually worked on from them. I'll just show you the top half as well. There you are. So this one's really bright and colourful. I'm enjoying it a lot. They have a really great quality product here. This is actually their older style canvas. They've recently changed it and it's more of a soft cotton backing, which is really nice. But I had no problems with the old one, but it's always nice to have an upgrade. This one is square drills. It's got a choice of drill for this section here. These crystal drills that you see here, I had the normal DMC and then I had crystal drills for that colour to choose between. So what I've done is I've done the outer section. So there's bits of that colour in these outer bits that I use normal drills for. And then it's just the central section where I'm using those. So it's coming out really well. I'm probably about halfway through. This bottom half has been very full of confetti. The top half, I think, will be less so. There's quite a lot of blocking in there, so it might go a little quicker. But yeah, that's number 1. The second one I'm working on is one that I haven't shown on this channel before because I've actually been working on this as a project for my TikTok channel. So this is Hugs for Hiccup by Dakota Deitweiler. And I've been doing this, as you can probably work out from how it's laid out, as one of those pick a number series for TikTok where I have my viewers on there tell me which number section they want to see next and then I work on them. So if you're not already following me on TikTok and you're interested in joining in, please do so. I do have a mention of it in the description box down below if you're not sure how to find me. But basically I'm Cats Diamond Painting. I'm Cats Diamond Painting everywhere. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Yeah. So this one is really, really adorable. Sometimes I do have regrets about deciding to do it this way because I just want to work through it and see it come together. And not have to wait until I'm ready to film another section. But it is fun and it's working well for that purpose. Yeah, it's really cute. And then lastly, I'm working on an evening stroll. I did a kitting up video of this recently. Sorry, I can't get it all in frame and I'm not going to move my tripod around right at the end, but I'll try and show you everything I've done. And I am enjoying this a lot. Do you know what? I've had this in my stash for ages. I've even considered destashing it a few times because I just wasn't sure if I'd get round to it. Because I thought it's a lot of the same colours. They're bright colours, and I like that, but it's a lot of the same colours. Now, I'm only, a third of the way through maybe, so I may yet feel differently as I go further on, but I have to say so far I am loving it. I've been able to just multi-place my way through it, so it's going quite quickly, which is maybe part of what I'm enjoying because I was previously working on a higher confetti piece, so it's a good contrast. But yeah, I'm loving it. The colours are just everything. It's joyful and I absolutely want to get more of Deborah Malcolm's work now. So that is everything that I either have in my stash or I'm working on currently. And you've seen pretty much everything I've completed in my year in review videos that I put up April just gone and the previous April. So you've now seen everything apart from ones that I've maybe destashed along the way. So yeah, it probably gives you a pretty good idea of my tastes and the kind of things that you're likely to see on this channel. So let me know what you think. Are there any pieces that I have that you particularly like, or maybe you particularly don't like? Or do you have any experiences with any of these companies that you want to share? Yeah, I'm just interested to hear what people think about what I go for in diamond painting and how it differs to what you go for, because I find it interesting how we all have... I love that we all have such different tastes. You know, I always say it would be a very boring world if we all liked all the same things. But yeah, I know that at least some of my regular viewers follow because they have similar tastes to me. But I am interested to hear your feedback all the same. So I hope you've enjoyed it. If you are still here now, then you've stuck with it for a good long while. So thank you very much for that. And if you haven't already done so, please drop a like on the video. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, I would love to have you join us here. As I say, there are links in the description box to all of my other social media channels and to my Etsy shop. So do check those out if you fancy it. And I will hopefully see you again here soon. Bye bye.